And it looks like we are alive officially. And as you can see, America, I'm back. I'm tan. I'm glad to be back on dry land after a lovely vacation in Key West. So welcome, everyone. Another East Coast edition of Retro Reload is about to happen, and I'm really excited for it. As you all know, I am Cashel. My real name is Philip, and I'm coming at you from Nashville, Tennessee. And joining me, we have Mr. Nikon from Chicago. He is looking resplendent in red right now.
Hello. Yep, it's
What is that, champion? What team is
Blackhawks.
that? Okay.
Stanley Cup champions.
Stanley Cup, yeah. He's cool, that guy. I'm not sure what he plays, though. And with the coolest white shirt and the longest black locks ever, we got Red Blaze 5-7 showing. Oh, look.
Hello.
And as usual, we can't see his face, but he's showing us his wonderful senior picture. We have from Maine, Bad at Chaos.
Ahoy.
Well,
Ahoy.
ahoy.
Go catch some lobster.
What'd you call me? Well, great to have, great to be back, and I'm glad to participate again in Retro Reload. We got a couple of topics we're going to talk about today. And the first one is kind of like a new, I don't know, idea, segment, featurette, whatever you want to call it. Basically, since Retro Reload is composed of a bunch of gamers from a video game website, I feel it's necessary for us to talk about what we're currently playing. Oh, well, I could talk about that in a second. Dashy Poo just joined us. Say hi, Dashy Poo.
Looking very creepy there.
Yeah, looking like a creeper.
Hi, Dashy Poo. Yeah, I'm at
All
work.
right, as Simon says.
Wow.
You're at work now? All right, that's fine. We'll make
Where's
that
the files at? We need our files on this desk now.
on my
Where's
desk
that
by
report?
Monday morning. Where was I? Oh yeah,
Our
that
new
segment.
segment.
Yeah, new segment. So we wanted to try something called simply, what are you playing? I figured it'd be kind of cool to go around the table and see what everyone's playing right now. Give us your impressions, give us your thoughts. This topic or segment was inspired by Red Blaze, who mentioned he wanted to talk about the new Batman game. So, Red Blaze, do you want to lead this conversation off and let us
Why don't
know
we
what
save
you're
the best
playing?
for last?
Best for
Why don't we
last?
save the best? Yeah.
Then I had to go. Then I had to go last. Then I mean, that's just the way. Just kidding. Does anyone else want to start then?
I could go.
All right, go ahead.
So I've been playing some Ninja Gaiden, which I just got. I know you saw
Okay.
my unboxing, I got this in a mystery game, which came out to be Tiger Heli, which I've been playing both these guys. So,
All right.
Also, I've been playing, the classic Kung Fu,
Very
which
good.
is, old game, fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden, I'm getting the hang of it. Haven't played it in years, so
That's a classic.
yes.
Yeah.
Once you get the hang of it, you really feel like you're a ninja, because you're just so badass. Like once you get the hang of the game, I don't know. This is the way I feel when I play that game.
Of course, I'm a ninja.
I
I'm
am
Japanese.
very, I'm
There you
very, very relieved actually that you said that Bad at Chaos, because I never really appreciated that aspect of grind, because the way the difficulty ramps up super quick. And then I noticed something. If you're just trying to speed run through the game, you're going to get your ass handed to you as you get to the middle and later levels. Like a ninja, though, you have to know when to run in an attack and when to just kind of chill and wait for things to happen so that you can, react and avoid them. So playing it now as an adult and going through all the way to the end, I'm like, wow, it really does kind of make you think like a ninja. But I thought maybe
Yeah, there's that aspect.
a lame
Yeah.
ass. So if two people think it, then
Yeah, must be right. Well, I always
Still
thought
hard
there
as
were
all
two
hell.
schools of thought with the ninja. Like there's a Ninja Gaiden Sigma or the Ninja Gaiden type of ninja or the Shinobis that are all fast-paced and actiony. Then you have the Tenchu school of thought, which is all about stealth and hiding and being sneaky. So that's what I think of when I think of makes you feel like a ninja. I think of Tenchu, but that's just me. So.
Yeah, I could see that.
What the
definitely.
heck?
I'm being all stealthy like a ninja.
With his teddy bear?
Where'd he go? I don't see him anywhere.
I know.
There he is. So, Mr. Nikon, what are your
Did your
thoughts on the
company
games
have
you're
a giant
playing
teddy
right
bear?
now? What was that?
I'm liking Ninja Gaiden. It's fun. You know, Tiger Hell, I'm getting used to that. You know, I've never really played that one. And Kung Fu, you know, it's just, you know, classic simple game. You're just running through, kicking and punching people, and you go through the floors. It's like actually it's almost like what's that Bruce Lee movie? His last movie, A Game of Death, where he's got to go over the house, the building, each floor he has to like fight someone.
I wish I knew, because I like Bruce Lee, but I don't know what that is. But are you looking it up right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the one that he died while they're doing the during the production.
Well,
Game of
The Crow.
Death.
The Crow.
No, that's
okay.
that's Brandon Lee.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, touche. Man, but that family needs to not make movies.
Yeah, they're like the film version of the Kennedys or something. Just disaster.
Yeah.
Every
Wow.
Their
film.
movies are awesome, but they're fatal.
Like the presidencies. Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Exactly.
Ted Kennedy, right? Good senator, but a bad date.
Well,
Yeah.
while Mr. Nikon looks that up,
It was the Game of Death.
Game of Death. Okay.
Yeah, he died during production of it.
I guess he lost that game.
Yeah, and he wears the yellow and black yellow and black tracksuit in there, which was used in Uma Thurman and Kill Bill.
Oh, the one that Uma
Yeah.
Thurman wore?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
he-
inspired by that.
and he fights Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the movie.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cool.
There's a documentary I watched of Bruce Lee a long time ago where it was just a whole bunch of different people talking about how Bruce Lee changed their life. It included the Kill Bill, Wu-Tang Clan, and Jackie Chan. I know that. Which he originally started. Jackie Chan originally started out as a Bruce Lee kind of. What's the word I'm looking for?
Stunt double or
Protege.
Protege, I guess. Yeah.
OJ works. Okay.
Or
Cool.
spiritual successor, I guess.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, Mr. Nikon, thanks for sharing those with us.
Thank you.
I never even heard of the heli. what's it
Tiger
called?
Heli.
Tiger heli. Yeah, I never heard of that before. So
Yeah.
something to look up. Benedict Cass, do you want to go or I can go? Doesn't matter.
I've been playing on PC Killing Floor 2 by Tripwire Interactive. It's pretty much, I don't know, it's kind of more of the same, but they added like an actual like melee class, which is called the Berserker, which is pretty fun. I don't know, they obviously they're the biggest improvement is the graphics, because previously they were running on the first Killing Floor, it was Unreal 2. Now they're actually on Unreal 3, and it's really gory and just really beautiful to shoot Zeds at, in slow motion with them just kind of falling to pieces around you. It's oh god, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Very nice. Very nice. So you recommend it then at this point?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I find the game in general does get kind of repetitive after a while. It's just kind of the same kind of modes, but same kind of maps kind of played over and over again. But they're planning on adding, more levels, and they're also one new feature to the Killing Floor series. At the end of your rounds, basically, I don't know if for those who aren't familiar with the game, you kind of take on wave after wave of zombies. Only they're not called zombies; they're called Zeds because they're English and they have to be different. But anyway, they so at the end of the waves, you basically you've collected money along the way, and you can purchase upgrades and stuff. But anyhow, so the new addition to Killzone 2 is that at the end of all the waves, you have like a boss battle. And right now they only have one boss in the game, but they're going to add different bosses that you get to. They'll kind of randomly appear. But yes, it's pretty fun. It's a pretty hard game too, actually, at that. But yeah.
Cool. All right. That's
So yeah, I would
right now?
definitely recommend it.
You're not, and that's the only game you're kind of. That's kind of like the only game you're focusing on right now. Like hardcore focusing, I guess I should say.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, I always have a couple things. I just picked up Quarth the other day for Game Boy. That's pretty fun. Little puzzle game. It's like a space shooter meets Tetris, basically.
That's
Pretty
one game
fun
that I
little
want to get.
puzzle game. But yeah.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty. Well, we gotta say the best for last, per Red Blaze's request. So I guess I'll go next. I'm playing a bunch of things right now, but the one I'm kind of mainly focused on is this. Atelier Shally, Alchemist of the Dusk Sea for the PlayStation 3. I'm loving the hell out of it. It's part of the Atelier series, which has been around since I think 1997. But the first game didn't come to our shores until 2005. So it's still kind of new here. But you have a question?
That was Atelier Iris, right?
Yep, Iris, the Grand Phantasm. And unlike the Iris games, this is actually a proper Atelier game because you're not really going on a quest to save the world. In this case, you're trying to solve a mystery of why the ocean is starting to dry up. It's the end of the Dusk trilogy. There's 3 games. There's 2 games that came before this one, and I'm just loving every minute of it because first off, it's great to look at, great to listen to, so it's got that down. The item creation, which is a big part of the Atelier series, is so addictive. Like I spent like 2 hours just making items and trying to find the best properties, make the best equipment, the whole nine. And the thing about the Atelier series is that they're not really focused on combat, but this game did it right. I look forward to battles and look forward to building my characters up. That combined with the classic JRPG storytelling methods and great characters and that sort of thing, I'm having a great time with it. And if you're interested in the series, I recommend playing the first 2 games that came before it first. That way the story in this one will have more meaning. But that said, this is still a great game, and I can't wait to get to the end just to see what happens next. So
my only experience with that series is Atelier Aisha. And what turns me off from that one is the time limit. Does this one have a time limit?
I'm glad you asked that. This one is the first one of the proper Ateliers to not have a time limit. It's gone.
Okay, I might actually look into that one then.
That said, I think the story will have more meaning and impact if you get through Aisha and the one after that.
Great.
I know the time limit seems kind of daunting at first, but I never had a problem with it. But actually, by the end of it, I was like wasting time trying to just make the clock run out. I know it sounds like a time limit, but it's not that bad. So I can give you some tips and tricks when we're off the air. Otherwise, I'll talk the whole hour about it. So that's me.
Ah.
And we have a pooch hogging the camera.
Yeah.
Puppy attack.
So before we get into the Batman, I'll throw down what I've been playing.
Yeah.
Just a couple of games actually. Recently, I finally got my hands on. I've been trying to get this one for a while, and a fellow VG collector helped me out here. Shatterhand for the NES.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a game that's kind of shot up. It's kind of obscure. It was kind of a sleeper title on the NES. And then people have played it since and found out that it's actually a pretty badass game. It's a lot like Ninja Gaiden, only you use your bionic fists. The the mob. You were on some job trying to take down the mob, and they cut off your hands. So the government, puts you in this secret project where they give you bionic hands, and now you can punch bullets. Yeah, and so the controls are really tight. The gameplay is pretty solid, but the learning curve is exponential. Or not learning curve, I'm sorry, difficulty curve. So it goes from the first couple levels being like a cakewalk to, oh my god, who turned up the difficulty? Pretty quick. I can easily say this one's much more difficult than the Ninja Gaiden games, hands
Kinda
down.
Like Double Dragon. First two levels, like, oh, this is easy. You get to the third one, it's like, what the hell? All of a sudden.
Yeah. There's a lot of variety to the game, though. There's a lot of different helper bots that you can get. You collect different symbols, and based on the symbols, you can punch the symbols, and they'll change between 3 different symbols, and you have to collect three symbols total. So there's different combinations that can give you different robot helpers with different powers and stuff. So sometimes it makes or breaks the boss fights and the level. If you don't get the right helper, sometimes you're just totally screwed. But it's good old school fun. So I've been having some fun with that on the Retron 5.
Right on.
The other games I've been playing, I recently got 2 Game Gears up and going that
Cool.
were broken. Yep, did the cap replacements, worked out fine. I've been playing Chess Master, actually, for the Game Gear. Simple game, but man, if it ain't addicting, I just want to test out the Game Gear a little bit more, and then I'm playing like chess for like 3 hours. It's pretty cool. So those are my
5 more minutes, I promise.
Right, exactly. So those really are my 2 big ones. I've been doing Night Trap off and on. I got an emulator for my iPhone that lets me play Sega CD games.
Nice.
And Sega CD games actually hold up pretty darn well on an iPhone-sized screen. It doesn't quite look as terrible as it would on a bigger screen. Plus, you've got save states, so that makes Night Trap a lot more playable.
Okay, cool. Let's check out. All right, I know you've been itching here to get to talk about it, so let's hear.
Yeah. All right. Well, first, I don't have a case for this game, but I've been playing Shantae and the Pirate's Curse a lot, and it's a fun Metroidvania platformer. If you ever played a WayForward game, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
And the game I've been playing the most recently is Splatoon. I was kind of skeptical about this game at first, but as soon as you're in it, it's extremely fun, and actually the gyro controls worked out great for a game like this.
Great.
Is Splatoon multiplayer only? Is there any point to play it single player?
There is a single-player campaign. I haven't played much of it, but it's still...
I heard it was really short.
It's longer than a Call of Duty game.
Well, that's not saying much, but...
Yeah, no, I actually haven't put much into single player, but it seems to be of a good length, I think.
Well, that's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you know if the multiplayer would allow, like, for me and my son to play split screen?
You can't do that except for one mode where it's just would be you and your son going up against each other trying to get as many balloons as possible. So I haven't played that mode because I don't really have anybody around me right now to play with.
Gotcha.
But,
Okay, fair enough. I was just wondering if my son and I could, tag team and then play online. But it sounds like we're either one of us at a time online or just the 2 versus.
Yeah, a little tag out system.
Really, it doesn't have multiplayer, or rather split screen online multiplayer?
Yeah, no, it doesn't for some reason.
I find that really odd for a game like that. That seems bizarre to me. But
honestly, with it, I think that with the gyro controls, it works the best. Somehow,
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it works out good for what it is.
Cool.
But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing that lately, and I know it's been hyped up. Batman Arkham Knight.
There it is.
But I have not been able to play that much of it, unfortunately. Pretty much.
Why not?
Just a lot of people around me moving and asking for my help.
Help.
We saved the
help.
best for last. Oh, and you let us down like this.
So
Well, that's why I brought up Splatoon and Shantae.
That's fine. I guess you get a free pass for that.
Yeah, so far, when I think of it, it's just like the other Arkham games. It is really good. Thankfully, you can't get the PC version right now. If you have, try to get it returned through Steam. But I'm liking it so far, but I think that there's at least in the beginning area where I am, there's a little bit too much involving the Batmobile, I personally think. Because it'll be, you go into an area and where you get to a certain point, then you have to call in the Batmobile in order to take care of a certain thing, like winch out a thing of a part of a pipe, and you have to break down the wall for it, which you also need to use the Batmobile because your explosive gel won't break it down otherwise.
Maybe it's kind of training you like how to use it. You know what I mean? Is that possible? What's going on? Because you know how like a lot of times when they introduce new mechanics, they try to like kind of force it down your throat for a while.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
I'm
that's what
still in
they're
that. I think I'm still in that area probably.
Maybe,
But-
hopefully.
But also when driving around, it feels like when you're actually turning that you're doing a bit of a drift, but yet because you want to actually just turn, you don't want to do the drift. It's kind of hard to get in to get that going, and then you got to power drift itself. And where I'm still trying to get used to that.
Oh, you're saying like the controls are kind of touchy for it?
For the Batmobile, yeah, at high speeds, definitely.
Oh.
Okay.
But other than that, it's a really solid game. Like I showed, I've been playing on the PS4, and where I'm pretty sure that after I get used to it, those problems won't be so much of a problem. But one thing that I'm really not liking is how they changed up the inventory system, because now in order to access like your batarangs, your explosive gels, all that stuff, you gotta hold down on the D-pad and then use the right thumbstick to choose which item you want. And when it does that, it slows down. So what I'm doing is actually hitting the different buttons on the D-pad, hoping to get the item I want, and only bringing up a menu instead. That's one change that I'm not happy with.
So, do you recommend that and Splatoon to everyone?
It's
or?
weird that they had a speed menu.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you guys.
I mean, right now, as far as what I've played, I'd recommend Splatoon more than Arkham Knight.
Wow.
But like I said, I'm not that far into Arkham Knight. I still got a ways to go. I was only at like 7% completion that I saw.
So you're
And
still
that was
on
at-
the surface, okay.
And that was like, I guess, 2-3 hours of playing after the podcast on Tuesday.
Alrighty. So you still got a lot of progress to make, and if people like this segment that we just did, then you can give us an update next week by all means. You know.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to play more.
So, excellent. Very cool. Well, does everyone else have anything to mention about this at all? I mean, I think we're all kind of like dabbling here or there in other games, but I like hearing what everyone's mainly focused on, just because my taste in games is so specific. I like seeing what else is out there.
Yeah,
So.
definitely.
Yeah, I have a tangent about Batman. Everyone here's seen Batman Begins, right?
Unfortunately.
So,
Oh, it wasn't
unfortunately-
that bad.
All right, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. But
Already
anyway,
went there.
So everybody's seen the end, right? Where Batman's talking to Gordon before he's Commissioner Gordon, right? And am I the only guy that, like, in that scene when he's like, I never said thank you, and just before Batman, jumps off the building, he says, and you'll never have to. Like, that's totally not what I expected him to say. For sure, said thank you. I half expected, Batman to turn around and go, and I'll never say you're welcome, and then jump off the roof. But I don't know. I just
It's
thought
been a
I'd
while
throw
since
that
you've
out
seen
there.
that.
Yeah. When I
Next
think of
time you
Batman,
watch
I think of that cool cartoon in the WB. Now that was Batman. That was awesome.
The animated series, yeah. That's,
Yeah.
The animated series was pretty good. I thought Batman Begins was fairly decent retelling.
Yeah, it's a different... Think of it as a different universe. That's the way I think of it.
How about that Adam West, guys? Yeah.
Adam West. Pow!
Adam West.
You
Adam
gotta see Return to the Batcave.
I'll have to.
I think I got part of the cartoon of him.
It's a very irreverent throwback from him and the guy that played Robin to it's a spoof of all their time basically as Batman and Robin. But
Interesting.
it's very tongue-in-cheek and self-aware.
And there it is.
It's the cartoon for the... It was the original Batman cartoon,
Yeah.
which has Adam West and Burt Ward doing the voices.
Nice.
I remember seeing some old Batman cartoons. I taped them off the TV. Like, this was years ago. I forget what year they were from, but they're from.
As far as I know,
Batman
this
area.
is the oldest. New Adventures of Batman.
Well, I'm sure everyone will want to talk about Batman in a future podcast, like more in depth, not just the games, but the whole universe itself. So we can save that for another time, if that's okay with everyone. And we can now move on to the next topic. In honor of it, I am wearing my Vocaloid shirt. So if you can tell, the next topic is about rhythm and music games. Games that require proper timing, that are set to music. It could use controllers. It can use your feet. It can use a microphone. Music takes center stage with these types of games. There's a lot of them out there, and I'm pretty sure everyone here has kind of runs the gamut with what they have and have not played. So this should be pretty interesting to talk about. Yeah, so I figure it'd be a different kind of topic, if you will. So does anyone want to kind of lead the discussion off about these?
DDR, I kind of suck at it.
Did someone just say DDR? Bam, right there.
Yeah, I suck at it. I mean, I was playing on easy when we had it in school, and where I was somehow moving off the dance pad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at it. I haven't played it in a couple of years. I love it. Like, for me, when I think of a music game, I think of Dance Dance Revolution. It's been around for years. But I don't think they've made a new one in a long time. I think the series is kind of dying out now, you know?
Well, that was big in the arcades, and arcades have kind of died out a lot. You got a couple springing up now, but it's not like the old ones.
Yep. Mr. Nikon, does a Galloping Ghost have Dance Dance Revolution?
Thankfully, no.
Thankfully. What do you want?
They're not that kind of arcade.
Okay.
What, you mean like a dumb arcade? They're not a dumb arcade?
Oh, this is just. Is this pick on DDR day? Because
Yep.
I did not get the memo, you guys. Jeez.
That's what makes it so good.
Yeah, I mean it's campy fun. It's I.
Oh no, I meant making fun of it.
Oh well, you can and I will say this: it is fun to make fun of those who are really, really, really good at it, because seeing their little feet go from arrow to arrow at like lightning speed, it's like how what were you made in a test tube? Like
But then
it's
Smelly
Crazy.
and sweaty after that.
The smelling. Oh yeah, I have experienced, unfortunately, that.
When they've been playing for like 4 hours straight. I'm like, do you have something else to do?
They don't shower. They
DDR.
don't use deodorant. They just play DDR.
Oh god, that reminds me of a story. It wasn't playing DDR, but I was kind of playing its counterpart called Pump It Up, and so I was doing my thing, and then someone who was larger, and smellier and not as hygienic as those other patrons at the arcade were. He comes up. He has two big water bottles, like those plastic ones you used when you go to the gym or whatever. Apparently, that's his gym membership. Is the DDR? I'm sorry, the Pump It Up stage. So I was like, "This is how you." Okay, great. I'm gonna go now. I have tickets to cash in.
What's he doing? Like he's got his protein shake after that. I got a carbo load and protein. I turned all this fat to muscle.
He had his sweatband on and leg
Like,
warmers and.
DDR did this.
But yeah, that's one I think of. But there's others like Bandit Chaos. I'm sure you played Donkey Konga many a time.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only rhythm game that I own. Actually, I think I have complete in box Donkey Konga 1, the Japanese version. But actually, that's a fun fact. Of course, with the localization, all the track listings are different in the different regions. So
too bad you can't hear.
Yeah,
Too bad you can't hear any of the tracks over the sound of the bongos going.
Yeah, that's the only problem I didn't really like about Donkey Konga. You couldn't even hear the music if you were playing on a harder difficulty because you're just slapping those stupid plastic drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are two games that I own that I have yet to play, actually.
I think we talked about it in an earlier podcast. I was like, okay, Donkey Konga, whatever. This seems pretty lame. But someone invited me to play it, and I was looking through the song list. I'm like, They have a Hillary Duff song? Sweet, I'm in. So, friend for life.
What's the other
And
game I just saw?
Jungle Beat. That's one that I really want to get, which uses the bongos. It's not really rhythm, but still, it's fun to mention, I think.
Yeah. Did anyone here ever play Samba de Amigo for the Dreamcast?
Oh, I've seen it, but I never played it myself. It's like one of those.
Yeah, I see it everywhere, but I used to see it everywhere, and now I don't see it anywhere. And it looked like it was kind of fun. The maracas. So.
Was it Sony or who owned that?
Sega.
Sega? Okay, duh. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you just said Sega, and I had to ask.
Well,
how about Sega?
There's also one on the Wii, but I don't think that anybody mentions that, like the Knights game.
There's a Knights rhythm game?
No, there's a Knights game on the Wii.
Oh, okay.
He's just going off into Sega tangents, but yeah.
Gotcha.
How about on the Dreamcast? I played Space Channel 5.
Oh, good one.
That's what I forgot about.
I got that one when I got my Japanese Dreamcast.
Yeah.
It was packed in behind another game. I think it was on the Biohazard case. Is it behind one of the other games? Like what is this game? I put it in. I can't understand. It's like all in Japanese. When I first played, I'm like, okay, I guess I got to move the controller somehow. And I got pretty far to not knowing what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, it's catchy. And what's that character's name? Ulala or Ulala?
Yeah, Ulala.
Yeah, that's it. She was all over the covers of magazines back when the Dreamcast was still relevant.
Yeah. Well, probably because when the Dreamcast launched, that was one of the few games available.
Wait,
so they didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Or close to, anyway.
Okay, because I did not know that. I was just like, who is this chick with these stupid pigtails? Turns out she's pretty cool, actually, and kind of fierce. So, great game, great rhythm game. Also, something to mention. This is interesting. This is fun.
There was Parappa for the PlayStation.
Parappa the
Yeah,
Rapper.
love Parappa the Rapper. High five.
Yep.
Great
Never
game.
played it.
Yep, another one.
Really?
There was some rhythm sections of the Raving Rabbids series of games for the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, I remember playing those.
Those are actually that game in general is a riot, and I think they did variety well. They didn't just give you a bunch of crappy mini games. They really, they kind of gave you some fun stuff. And the rhythm parts of it, my wife didn't really like those so much, but I was a fan of like Guitar Hero and that kind of thing. And this was kind of neat because it was like Parappa, it was like Guitar Hero, but it wasn't trying to directly copy them. They made it their own, so I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, funny thing is that when I first played the rhythm sections, I could not play them at all. So I ended up actually handing my sister a controller to actually play those, because she actually has rhythm, and that's probably the only time I've ever done that.
It's funny too because
it's really the other way around.
For me, it's actually for me it's kind of the opposite. Like the first time I played the game, I was crushing those rhythm sections, and now it's like I try to go back like a couple years later and play the game, and I'm older and my reflexes are a little bit slower. I can't quite get the perfect scores I was getting just a while ago.
Mr. Nikon, do you have a comment about that in your old man voice?
Hey, my rhythm! Hey, it's gone! Hey, I remember back in 18. Thanks, Doc. Okay.
Anyways, since Dash wanted to mention the Raving Rabbids series, I gotta mention Rayman Legends because of the Castle Rock sections.
Oh, I didn't know that they had one there too.
Well, what the Castle Rock is basically you go along platforming to the rhythm of the music. And
nice.
I mean, just look up gameplay of that, and the first one you'll find is for the song Black Betty.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that now.
So, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Has anybody played Harmonite for the 3DS? It was a download title. Mm-hmm. It was actually put out by Game Freak, the same guys who make Pokemon.
Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah, basically it's like you play as a little princess, and you kind of run. It's kind of like one of those, running games, but there's obstacles, and you basically it kind of goes to the beat of a song. So I guess if you can get into the rhythm of it, you can either jump over I think you can jump over obstacles. It's been a while since I played it, but primarily you're whacking obstacles that are coming at you. Your character has like a melee weapon who's you just kind of slap things away from you as they come at you. But it's kind of an interesting take on the rhythm genre.
Okay. Time for our obligatory Scott Pilgrim versus the World reference. It had a very, very short and very simple rhythm section when you fight Todd Ingram. It wasn't really a rhythm section, but they anybody that's seen the movie knows that there's a bass battle between him and Todd Ingram, and the way that they conveyed that in the game was it has you versus him, and then it shows like a Guitar Hero like fretboard in the middle, and it shows like the fretboard is scrolling, and then like one dot comes down, and you hit the dot at the right time, and you just play, you play this loud bass note, and then the fight begins. So.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen that movie.
And I was just thinking of I don't know how rhythm based it is. Going back to the Famicom, we had Takeshi's Challenge. There's a point in the game where you have to use the extra microphone on the controller and do a karaoke thing in there. And I guess somehow it picked it up. I haven't played the game. I just seen it, but
wait, what is this for original? This isn't original NES. What are you talking about?
Well, this is Famicom.
Oh, there was a microphone in the controller for the Famicom.
Yeah.
Yep. Player 2 had a microphone. Yep.
I did not know that. That's really cool.
And that's how you defeat those little bunny-looking enemies.
Player 1.
You can, and it comes out with your speakers on the TV.
Wow, that had to be annoying.
Well, there was a volume slider for it, so you could turn off the microphone if it Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Because I imagine
Yeah.
like Super Mario 1 would all be like, "Are you dead yet? I want my turn. Are you dead yet? Die." That's how it'd be at my house with me.
It
and my
wasn't
sister.
a very powerful microphone. Its range on it's not very good, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
apparently like the game somehow it picked up the sounds that you were making in the microphone, and if you did it the right way, you got through that section of the game.
Even the
can
time,
also-
that's pretty cool. You can do
you also
that.
used it in the original Legend of Zelda. Yeah, as
Yes.
yeah, you pointed out
I
earlier.
said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's actually hinted in the American instruction manual that that enemy doesn't like loud noises, and where everybody thought that was the flute that it was referencing because of that.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting. I'm
It's
learning
actually-
so much tonight.
Yep.
Anyways, we've talked about it, but we've kind of skipped around it. Guitar Hero, Rock Band, anybody?
I'm more of a
I-
Guitar Hero person. That's just me.
Yeah,
How about
same.
everyone else?
Yeah,
Same
I
here.
like.
I-
Go ahead.
Oh.
I was gonna say same
I was talking
here.
about-
Dogs are
We kept
distracting.
getting interrupted by a dog. But yeah, I started with 3 on the Wii.
Okay.
I played that, Aerosmith, and World Tour, and then I kind of just went off from there.
Yeah, I own Guitar Hero 1 and 2 for the PlayStation 2. I enjoyed them. I was introduced to them by a friend of mine. We did the we'd have Guitar Hero parties and that kind of stuff. Rock Band came out and we did the Rock Band thing for a while. I've got Rock Band for the PS3. After a while, like what Rock Band and Guitar Hero was really good at for me was the point where it actually kind of like where I started to get a taste of what it might feel like to actually play real music, because I never was like a musical person. At that point, I decided that if I was going to invest that much time in a game, I didn't want to have the fake joy of playing music. I wanted to be able to experience at some point the real joy of playing music. So I picked up Rocksmith and haven't looked back. That Rocksmith is absolutely awesome. I now know how to tune a guitar. I can play some basic tunes and stuff. And what's really cool is, you turn Rocksmith off, you can still play real guitar. So
Yeah, I really got to start getting back into that one.
Mr. Nikon, do you have a preference between Rock Band and or Guitar Hero?
Not really.
Oh, really?
I don't own them. I played them. They're never that good.
Yeah, I've never actually played Rock Band either. I never I never was very interested in Guitar Hero too much to even really, care about Rock Band. Like I said before the show started, I think the most fun I ever had with Guitar Hero was I took a USB Guitar Hero 3 controller, plugged it into my computer, and played Counter-Strike with it. I had the whammy bar to shoot, and I forgot, I don't know. I couldn't really aim. I could basically turn left and right, and that was about it. I couldn't look up and down, but it was pretty entertaining to mess around with, hitting the frets to strafe and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
We need to get some video footage of that.
I actually have footage of it somewhere. Maybe in the show notes I'll put a link to it.
Put it in there.
That'd be pretty cool. We should you should challenge somebody to a game of Counter-Strike, while you're playing on Guitar
It's
Hero.
pretty old. I think it's from I think the footage is 2009 or something, but it's
Well, it
pretty
probably
funny.
works with other games too, though, right?
Sorry?
You could probably do it with any. You were probably
Yeah,
using,
I
Wi-Fi,
used
right?
I think I used Joy to Key or something. Yeah, and you could just bind the buttons to anything you want, really.
Cool.
Yeah, I
makes
remember
sense.
watching.
Yeah, we should.
I remember watching a video long ago where this guy hooked up his Wii Guitar Hero guitar to his keyboard, which he then fed to his computer in order to actually play songs on the Guitar Hero controller.
So I turned it into
So he got-
MIDI controller almost.
Mm-hmm.
He somehow got it so that when it was straight, it would play 6 different notes, pull it up, and where you get 6 different notes again, and where then you add in the whammy, and where somehow he was actually playing songs with it.
That's pretty cool.
Cool. Jinx.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think
Yeah, for the
another
most
game-
part-
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I was gonna actually switch gears slightly.
Oh.
The whole genre that we missed, but we kind of touched on with the microphone is SingStar, Karaoke Revolution.
Hey, those count. Those count as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely love those games.
Oh yeah, SingStar is so much fun. Like so fun.
All I do is put the microphone to the speakers.
Yeah. A little friendly reminder out there for folks, if you're playing SingStar on the PS3, you can use your PS2 discs to use the songs from those.
However, you can only get the good wireless microphones from Europe. You have to import those. Otherwise, you have to get the cord ones, which is a shame because the wireless.
I didn't even know
awesome.
there were wireless ones. There are wireless ones in Europe?
because you have to import from Europe, and that way you can really get into it without fear of yanking the cord out and pull it off the system or something like that.
Or your dog tripping on it.
The dog tripping on it. Maybe. But
This guy right here.
that one right there, who looks like he loves the camera.
Does anybody have any good stories about Karaoke Revolution or SingStar?
Well, Karaoke Revolution, when I first played it, it was actually the original game came with a headset much like this one, the Britney headset, if you will. And I was in college, and we would have dorm parties, and people would call it Sing Revolution because it was made by Konami, and it was just a lot of fun. I mean, none of my friends, self included, none of us could sing at all. And I think that's what makes it the most fun is when someone just is able to still get a high score, but their tone is just so bad that you're like, what are you doing to this song? So
yeah, you just set it to easy and you let the points roll, right?
Yeah, exactly. Look at Mr. Knight's dog.
I had similar. I didn't play it in college, but when I used to work in a research lab for a while, and so it a lot of times you're just spending a lot of time trying to do stuff. People think it's impossible. Failure's kind of expected. It can be exciting when you're making breakthroughs, but when you're hitting brick walls, it can be really demoralizing and stuff. But once a year, they'd take a group of us out, and we'd go out in the Adirondacks to this cabin, and we would have academics there. We'd have industry folks there. We'd have government folks there. All different panel of folks kind of together, and we'd spend the first 8 hours brainstorming, talking, just like a think tank type thing. But then in the evenings, you're out in the middle of nowhere. There's no civilization or anything anywhere, and you're surrounded by bears. So
bears.
What we would do is
Sounds like me.
we'd just hole up in the conference center, and we'd have Xboxes and PlayStations going. And two of the big hits were we'd do Tiger Woods on the Wii, or we would do Karaoke Revolution. And what was amazing was seeing government division leads star generals, right? Playing Aretha Franklin's, you make me feel like a natural woman. I mean, it was hilarious.
What'd you just call her? What'd you call her? Urethra? The part of the...
No, Urethra.
Okay. It's Aretha.
There's no R. I never used R.
But you said you, and I was like, Urethra. What?
No.
It's
Aretha?
It's
Cash, your mind is 30.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
So,
I just got back from Key West. What do you expect?
But yeah, I mean, it was hilarious. When you see people with 3 PhDs, a dude with 3 PhDs and a beard like red bearded gamers, and they just get up and they've had a couple beers and they're just they're belting out like a virgin from Madonna, and like you said, terrible off key. But I mean, to me, it was more fun just kind of being with folks who just who weren't so wrapped up in themselves that they were afraid to put themselves out there. I mean, that was kind of fun. I think that those kind of games can do that in the right situation, more so than say a Mario game or whatever. I never really saw folks show different sides of themselves or really have the kind of fun that they have with Mario that you can have with a good Karaoke Revolution group.
Yeah, so I was just about to say that actually. Well said. I think that genre kind of lends itself to parties and get-togethers and social events like that. I mean, whenever there's a group over, at least when I lived in Atlanta, that was the go-to game was SingStar or Rock Band or Guitar Hero or something like that. And I think that's why I wanted talk about this genre tonight was because just to see if anyone else also had, get-togethers with, with them being centered around those types of games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sometimes those are the only kind of games that'll that'll work. So
Yeah.
plus later on they got I don't know if every Karaoke Revolution had this, but I only caught it in like the last one that came out on the Xbox. They came up with a duet mode, and so it's really cool. Is like you don't necessarily have to play competitively. They have modes where like my wife and I will play a song, and I have to sing a part, and then she has to sing a part, and they actually game the pitch so that like I can't unless I'm going to do falsetto or something, which I've been known to do.
Oh, Lord.
I can't actually hit the notes, or it's so deep that she can't hit the notes. So it's kind of cool that back to that multiplayer, right? Yeah, you could just play past the mic, but then they also had modes where you could do teams, right? This team will do a duet, and then this team will do a duet, and then they did things where they could do I don't remember what you call it, but they'll go like it'll just be a string of songs where like it'll start out being 1 week from Bare Naked Ladies, and then it'll be like Sweet Caroline.
Oh, like
and then
a medley.
They'll finish up with being what was that?
Like a medley? Is that what you're trying to?
Yeah. They had like a medley mode where like you can't just kind of like bullshit your way through the song because you know it real well. You don't know when they're going to switch from one to another. That kind of made it really fun, and kind of I thought added to the replay value once you were done with particular songs.
Cool.
Yeah, the only other game I could think of that had any sort of duet mode was the Beatles Rock Band.
Okay. I didn't play that one, so.
You could all say yeah together, and then the rest of it was you're on your own.
She loves you, yeah. Love like that. You should be glad.
Oh, serenading is
I
sweet.
found it's funny. Speaking of Beatles, like recently, I found like these German versions of those songs. Like it's all recorded by the Beatles, but it's just them singing in German. It's just really funny because like they were pretty big in Germany, so they actually made like a.
Beatles were big everywhere as far as.
Yeah, I know, but it's just really funny because I never heard of them doing any like translations of their own songs. It's just really funny.
She loves you.
Jaliptik, yeah, Jaliptik. Yeah, it's just like, what the hell.
I was gonna say, what was that for Wolfenstein: The New Order? Because they did a whole bunch of different songs that just redid them in German, like House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they had a whole bunch of 60s songs kind of translated into German. Yeah.
That is actually a pretty cool feature of that game. But yeah, you know what? We're talking about music a lot. I gotta bring up this game just because it's probably one of my favorites from last gen. It's not a rhythm game, but still heavy influence from music. Brutal Legend.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we're bringing up games that are only kind of, sort of related.
Well, before we do that, I do have one more music game to bring up. Then we can go off topic. Just in honor of the shirt I'm wearing, you can't be a music topic without Hatsune Miku. Because I love my Vocaloids, and if you like rhythm games with like a quirky J-pop twist, this is the one. Great stuff.
Nice. I was just gonna ask if we're gonna count the trans vibrator supported games as rhythm.
Res, yeah. I was waiting for someone to bring that up. I was like, is it gonna be Mr. Nikon this time?
Thanks,
again?
and I just had forgotten about it. You had to bring it up again.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was like, okay, someone's gonna do it here.
So you're not answering it. Does that count? Is it a rhythm game? We need.
There's rhythm. I mean, it has rhythm. I guess it kind of counts.
It makes me gyrate. Oh yeah.
That's not the only thing that'll gyrate. Let me tell you. So.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, I no shame.
And we went for the whole show without any F-bombs.
Red Blaze.
It wasn't me.
Oh man.
I
So
think
anyone else have any more rhythm stuff to bring up? We have how much time do we have? About 4 or 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Trying to think here. There was a game. It was an indie game that there was I think it was
Mid-trip Deep? Those
Dishwasher
ones?
Dead Samurai.
Oh.
I think the game's called Dishwasher Dead Samurai. I went to a launch party for it. It was for the original. It was for the Xbox 360, and the reason I was at the launch party is because the developer that made it happened to go to the same small no-name college that I went to for my master's degree, and it was a fun side-scrolling hack and slash game. And then for no reason whatsoever, there were these little like Guitar Hero rhythm mini games that you could actually play with the Guitar Hero controller.
Huh.
Oh.
What was that game called again?
Dishwasher Dead Samurai.
Okay.
I think I actually remember hearing about that game. I never checked it out though, because I didn't have a 360 at the time.
It's pretty decent. It's super gory, but it's really good.
Is that in the indie section or?
I think it's I think it's in Xbox Live Arcade, but don't quote me because I don't have a 360, so I only actually got to play it on the I only actually got to play it at the launch party.
Okay.
Great. So now I have a reason to get out the 360.
Yeah, dust it off and
Vote for that one to be
Outside of
backwards
Tails.
compatible on the Xbox One.
Oh, I thought of another one. If you like classical music, there's a game for the PlayStation 2 called Mad Maestro. Pretty cheap too. You can probably find it for about, I don't know, $8. I mean, it didn't do very well to most like professional reviewers. I loved it. I'm not even much of a classical music fan, but yeah, if you like that sort of style of music, definitely check that out.
Cool.
What else does everyone have?
Did we mention Rez?
Yes.
No, not yet. We didn't. What's Rez? Can you inform me? Because I never heard of this before.
Yeah, it's this really interesting game that has this peripheral called the Trans Vibrator.
Ooh, what's it do?
So
It
I don't
vibrates.
know. Somehow it makes it a rhythm game. I saw on a YouTube show somewhere they were talking about it. They said it was a rhythm game.
My YouTube
I
show
think it was called Retro Reload. They were talking about it.
Speaking of which, America, tell your friends about us and tell your family members and like us and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Give your friends the gift of Retro Reload.
I thought you were going to say a trans vibrator, but that works
It's a
better.
gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. So,
Wait, are we talking about the show or the Trans Vibrator?
the show.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
never mind. We're switching contacts back and forth. I'm getting confused.
The show doesn't come with its own velvet protective pouch, though.
No,
But it should. You know, if we actually ever release our episodes on DVD, we have to make sure that they come in a protective velvet pouch.
Speaking of which, what episode are we on now, by the way?
34, maybe? I don't know. I think
I
it's
have
34
no
question
idea.
mark. I did 34 question mark for this one.
Only because, like, if there's like a 100th episode or something, that pouch should be a thing.
Yes. Which we're approaching our 100th episode pretty soon.
At the rate we're
Relatively.
going,
Yeah.
yeah. So.
You know, one of the things that we ought to see if we could do is we ought to see if we can multiples of us can do screen shares, and then through I'm sure we could do it like with an emulator or whatever. We should play like multiplayer games or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because like I think like the second East Coast episode, I mentioned it'd be fun to like have everyone play Secret of Mana because I was talking about Secret of Mana. I would love to do something like that.
Ow.
That
The secret
reminds
of-
me.
And
The
For
secret of mono is it's passed by kissing.
Say what?
The secret of mono is it's passed by kissing.
Secret of Mono.
Secret
I like
of
that.
Secret of the Kissing Disease.
Yes.
But which is
Don't
not
kiss
fun, by
people
the
with
way.
mono. That's the secret.
Yep. But yeah, there's a bunch of like cool old school multiplayer games that would be fun to screen share and co-op and all that good stuff. And Mr. Nikon, those are some fly shades you got on
Yes.
right there.
Vintage early 90s.
Ah, I can tell I can tell they're early 90s by the hot.
Yeah,
pink.
he looked like he was about to watch some Miami Vice or star in it or something.
Anyways, looks like we are at the hour mark.
Yes. Thank you all for watching.
As usual, thank you.
And subscribe to us on the YouTube, like us on the Facebook, follow us on the Twitter, the Instagram,
MySpace, Reddit, Miss Canada.
Friendster,
RSS.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we sent each other snail mail, but it wasn't called snail mail. It was just called mail.
Send us letters if you want to. I think is what
Pony
Yoshi
Express.
was trying to say. Fan mail is accepted.
Yes.
And don't forget to donate to Mr. Nikon's and myself's GoFundMes, because
Yes.
What's the status of those anyway?
still $10.
$20.
Yeah, he's
Ooh.
winning.
2-0.
Turf was the bunker buster.
Oh my God! Thanks for saying that. Turf, Foxshot, Fighter Pilot, whoever else is on the East Coast, you were missed. You were here in spirit.
Yes. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday and Thursday next week. We'll have more fun topics for you.
Right on.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.
And now the awkward pause at the end until it goes
Yeah.
offline.
I stopped it. Why are you still live?
So
It's
glad
the
we-
show that keeps on giving.